Hey peeps, yesterday we read The Wild Robot, or part of The Wild Robot, the part where the robot arrives on the island. So remember, you are going to be asked to write your own story. And you want to think that you're going to be writing a story in a fairly short amount of time. So it can't be a story that would take you days and days to write. And remember the clues they give you here. It says write a narrative based on the passage, use characters, settings, events, and other details from the passage. And the actual question, and I would highly encourage you to highlight this when we're doing it on the computer, says describe what will most likely happen next in the story. So remember, what does a narrative need to look like for you then? And what is a narrative? I'm going to keep harping on this. It's a story. It has a narrator. What kinds of things should your story have? Your story should have dialogue, or some attempt at dialogue, because it is kind of a weird story, right? With the otters and the robot. But certainly, since it's going to start with "and the robot opened her eyes," maybe the robot's going to talk. Maybe the otters will make noises. You'll have description, right? You'll have thoughts and feelings, maybe from the otters, maybe from the robot. What's the robot going to see? What's the robot going to do? How much should you probably write? So these are things you need to think about before you write. All good writers make a plan before they write. What kind of plans could you make? I'm always a big fan of something simple, like a T-chart, right? Something that could just list out, depending on how you do it, like who are my characters going to be? Like I have the robot, I have the otters. Where is my setting? I know my setting is on the island or the beach of the island at first. Because right? The robot has just come out of, or she's just waking up from coming out of the crate. Will the robot see all the other parts of the robots, like the robot grave site, like they describe it? Character setting and events. So she's just waking up. So they call it events. We would probably call it like plot or problem. She's waking up. All other robots are in pieces, so she's the only one left. Did she have a job to do? Was she supposed to do something? Was she going somewhere? So these are the things you have to think about before you write. It doesn't have to be gigantically elaborate. I know we talked about that because Sasha wanted to know that it's 2,500 characters is the limit for your essay. Okay, I would say you want to write a lot, but you certainly don't have to get 2,499 characters. Okay, that's not something you need to worry about. So today, first, you should be making a plan and thinking about what you would write in your story. I have samples that I want to show you, but I want you to get some ideas down first. So I want you to use this spot of the packet, the spot of the paper right here that goes along right here with the prompt. I want you to use this space to make your plan. No one can write till I see a plan. And when you go to write your story, and we'll probably just type them, you have to have the story open in front of you. You need to have the story to refer back to. You want to make sure that you're using aspects of the story. I guess I don't have it on here. I probably have it over here. In your thing, you want to make sure you're describing things like the waves or other things like the author did. Okay, so we'll talk more about this later.